Within each of us lies a transformative frequency, independent of the external world. It requires no external validation through rituals, no guidance from gurus, and no access to hidden knowledge. This potent energy is already an intrinsic part of your being, patiently awaiting a specific form of activation. This activation occurs through a singular word, a sound that has been passed down through generations in hushed tones. The ancient sage Thoth referred to this sound as the very essence of the zero-point field. When this sound is intentionally vocalized, imbued with the appropriate emotion and focused intent, a profound realignment of your vibrational state occurs instantaneously. This is not a theoretical concept to be debated. It is a direct experiential practice rooted in the principles of vibration. Today marks your opportunity to learn the precise methodology for engaging with this fundamental sound. However, before you unlock the potential of this sonic key, a crucial understanding is necessary. You must first gain clarity on why your experienced reality may not yet fully reflect your deepest spiritual aspirations. Despite your dedicated efforts, once this underlying reason becomes apparent, you'll be truly ready to release the sound that possesses the inherent power to recalibrate your core frequency, ensuring that you are never quite the same again. Stay engaged with this exploration until the very end, because the sound you are about to learn is far more than a mere auditory phenomenon. It is a pivotal turning point on your journey. To truly grasp the underlying mechanics of the universe and your place within it, shift your perspective to one centered on the principles of frequency, vibration, and the harmonious interplay between them. Prepare yourself to receive information that transcends mere theoretical conjecture. What you are about to hear is a fundamental revelation about the nature of reality itself. This revelation, whispered by the wise, concealed by controlling systems, is now finding validation through the lens of modern scientific inquiry. The foundational truth is this: everything that exists is in a state of vibration. This encompasses all levels of reality, from the subatomic particles that constitute matter to the ephemeral nature of our thoughts, our physical bodies, our most subtle emotional states, the seemingly inert density of a stone, and the vast expanse of the most distant star. Nothing is truly still. Everything is in constant motion, a continuous pulse of energetic activity, vibrating at its own unique frequency. The ancient Egyptians possessed a deep understanding of this principle. To them, physical matter was simply energy that had condensed and slowed its vibration to a perceptible rate. The alchemists of the Middle Ages also spoke of this fundamental truth in their pursuit of transmutation, the symbolic transformation of the base metal of ignorance into the precious gold of enlightenment. This was not merely an allegorical representation, it was a coded system, a veiled language designed to describe the very process by which vibration influences and ultimately reshapes reality. Centuries later, groundbreaking thinkers such as Nikola Tesla and Albert Einstein, using the language of science, would echo this ancient wisdom. To comprehend the universe, one must consider energy, frequency, and vibration as the foundational elements. Yet, the crucial piece of information that has often been missing is the direct impact of these principles on your immediate, present moment experience. We are not discussing abstract philosophical concepts, but the very fabric of your being, what you constantly project outwards, and the reality you are actively co-creating. You are not simply a physical form that possesses a vibration. You are, in your essence, the vibration itself manifested in human form. And here lies a key insight. Your vibrational state is not static. It is in constant flux, often operating beneath the level of conscious awareness. A fleeting negative memory can be enough to cause a noticeable drop in your frequency. A single piece of distressing news, an ingrained thought pattern rooted in scarcity, or a casual remark that inadvertently touches upon an old emotional wound. Any of these can trigger a shift in your vibrational station, much like changing the frequency on a radio receiver without conscious intent. These shifts are often subtle, yet their impact is profoundly real. Precisely because this vibrational realm is invisible to the naked eye, its power is often underestimated. However, it is this very invisible realm that provides the underlying support for all that is visible and manifest in your life. The way you perceive the world around you, the manner in which others interact with you, and the opportunities that either present themselves or inexplicably vanish, all of these are direct responses to the frequency you are currently emitting. This is not due to a judgmental or selective universe. Rather, it is a natural principle of resonance. The universe acts as a mirror, reflecting back the energetic signature you are broadcasting. This fundamental vibration is not determined by your stated desires or conscious wishes, but by the deeper currents of what you genuinely feel. The persistent patterns of your thoughts and the way you live and embody your inner state. There is no genuine benefit in intellectually desiring peace if your internal landscape is a constant hum of anxiety. Similarly, the outward pursuit of abundance will be met with resistance if your underlying energetic state vibrates with a deep-seated fear of loss. Life, in its responsive nature, does not prioritize your surface-level desires. Instead, it aligns with your authentic vibrational state, operating silently within the deeper layers of your consciousness. This explains the seemingly paradoxical experiences where two individuals can find themselves in identical circumstances, yet manifest drastically different outcomes. One person might effortlessly navigate a situation with grace and ease, while another in the same situation encounters constant obstacles and setbacks. The crucial differentiating factor is their underlying frequency. Vibration possesses an inherent truthfulness. It communicates its state prior to the formation of spoken words. It guides your path even before conscious thought takes shape, and it emanates outwards before any rational decision is made. Herein lies one of the most frequently overlooked secrets. Your dominant vibrational state is not primarily sculpted by monumental life events, but rather by the accumulation of your seemingly insignificant micro-habits. These include the everyday conversations you engage in, the tone and quality of your internal self-talk, and the subtle, often unnoticed, repetition of thought patterns. Every word you speak carries with it an energetic resonance. Each emotion you actively engage with vibrates within a specific energetic field. Every choice you make throughout your day, no matter how small, contributes to the overall vibrational field you are continuously constructing around yourself. A field that precedes your physical presence, arriving before you even enter a room. It acts as a unique energetic signature that the universe recognizes and responds to, attracting vibrations of a similar nature. This is not a system of cosmic reward or punishment. It is simply the fundamental law of resonance in action. Therefore, if your life currently feels stagnant, if you find yourself caught in recurring patterns and repeating cycles, the root of the issue may not lie in the external actions you are taking, but rather in the underlying vibrational state you are embodying while taking those actions. In the subsequent part of this exploration, you will gain insight into the most prevalent mistake that inadvertently lowers your vibrational frequency, even when you believe you are diligently doing everything right. This is an often invisible error that can keep you tethered to lower vibrational states. This mistake is subtle, often operating just beneath the threshold of conscious awareness, yet its impact is incredibly potent. This explains why so many individuals who are deeply engaged in spiritual study, who diligently read about energy and its dynamics, and who faithfully repeat positive affirmations every day still experience a persistent feeling of being stuck in the same place. There is a hidden oversight, an energetic blind spot, that the vast majority of people never even consider. The realm of emotion operates with absolute honesty. You can verbally affirm, "I am light, I am prosperous," or "I am love," 1,000 times over. But if your inner landscape is vibrating with the undercurrents of fear, a sense of lack, or deep-seated insecurity, that is precisely the energetic signal the universe will receive and respond to. It is not the mere recitation of words that holds the key. It is the authentic emotion that underpins them. True vibrational power resides not in what you outwardly declare, but in what you genuinely feel in the very moment of that declaration. This fundamental understanding shifts everything. It is akin to applying a layer of gold paint to the exterior of a house, while expecting the interior to magically transform. On the surface, it may present an appealing facade, but within, the darkness remains unchanged. Vibration operates in a similar way. If you employ beautiful, uplifting words as a mask to conceal unresolved, dense emotional energies, your fundamental energetic state continues to vibrate at the lower frequency that has not been genuinely addressed and cleared. This common disconnect often arises because we have been conditioned to believe that the mind can and should control emotion. We formulate affirmations as if we are attempting to persuade the universe of our desired state. But at a deeper level, we are often trying to convince ourselves of something we do not yet truly feel or believe. The universe, in its impartial responsiveness, does not align with what you intellectually want to believe. It aligns with the energetic reality of what you already are. You might verbally affirm your abundance, yet your physical body subtly communicates worry through tension and unease. You might declare yourself to be love, yet you still harbor unresolved anger or resentment from past experiences. You attempt to elevate your vibration through the power of your conscious mind, but your physical form remains tense, energetically blocked, and emotionally closed off. This internal incongruence is what ultimately pulls your overall vibration downwards. This is the fundamental mistake that traps countless sincere seekers. These are individuals who are genuinely committed to their spiritual growth, who are actively making effort and striving to do everything right, yet remain perplexed as to why they continue to feel stuck in the same patterns. The crucial missing piece is the understanding that until the underlying emotional landscape is genuinely transformed, the dominant frequency cannot permanently elevate. It remains bound within the same ingrained energetic circuits as before, simply repeating the familiar patterns. Furthermore, the more you consciously attempt to force a higher vibrational state without addressing the underlying dissonance, the more internal friction you create with your genuine feelings. This can lead to spiritual frustration, a disheartening sense of diligently doing everything that is supposed to work, yet experiencing little to no tangible progress. True and sustainable vibration arises only when the conscious mind and the feeling heart are in a state of coherence, working in harmony rather than in opposition. Here is a profound insight that is rarely explicitly shared. It is not sufficient to merely think differently. You must cultivate the ability to feel differently. The process of genuine feeling requires a deep commitment to presence, willingness to surrender to the moment, and a practice of profound internal listening. It necessitates a conscious cessation of the need to control and an opening to allow the natural flow of emotion to be experienced without judgment or suppression. Feeling delves far deeper than the mere repetition of words. Genuine feeling possesses the transformative power to fundamentally alter your vibrational state. However, to access this level of transformation, you must be willing to honestly engage with your emotional field, to courageously examine what truly causes pain, what has been conveniently swept under the rug of your awareness, and what the conscious mind persistently attempts to ignore, yet continues to vibrate in the background, shaping your entire reality day after day. It is at this crucial juncture that many individuals become disheartened and abandon their journey. Because facing the depths of one's true feelings can be a daunting prospect. It invariably touches upon old, unresolved layers of experience and can bring long-forgotten wounds to the surface. Yet paradoxically, it is precisely within this courageous act of facing and acknowledging your emotions that the pathway to genuine freedom lies. Unacknowledged and denied emotions continue to exert a powerful, often unconscious influence over your vibrational state. However, when an emotion is consciously felt, fully welcomed without resistance, and allowed to naturally release, it transforms from a potential obstacle into a source of immense power and wisdom. And there exists a specific path, a time-honored practice transmitted through oral tradition within select spiritual lineages. Potent technique that directly engages with the very birthplace of vibration, the energetic body, where the realms of emotion and breath intimately intersect. This ancient technique possesses the remarkable ability to reverse energetic stagnation in a matter of minutes. And its foundational principles were often guarded secrets among initiates. We will now unveil its core essence, a seemingly simple practice, yet one that has been largely overlooked and forgotten by much of the modern world. The conscious, intentional synchronization of breath with elevated emotional states. We are not merely speaking of basic deep breathing exercises intended for relaxation, but something infinitely more profound, an ancient spiritual technology that was utilized by Sufis, yogis, and initiates within the sacred spaces of Thoth's temples. It is a silent, internal process, a potent alchemical practice capable of initiating a tangible shift in your vibrational frequency within a remarkably short period. Breath in and of itself serves as a powerful portal to deeper states of awareness. But when you consciously combine it with a genuine elevated emotion, a fundamental recalibration occurs within your energetic structure. Breath acts as the vital bridge connecting the physical body to the subtle realms of the soul. It is a constant companion throughout your life, always present, yet often relegated to the background of your conscious awareness. However, when you begin to engage with your breath with focused intention, you actively awaken dormant energy centers within your being. And it is at this pivotal point that the transformative miracle begins to unfold. Now, take a moment to envision this. You inhale deeply, but along with the physical air, you consciously visualize a radiant golden light entering your chest. This is not just any light. It is imbued with the very essence of peace, overflowing with profound gratitude and radiating unconditional love. You are no longer simply performing a physiological function. You are actively calling forth a specific elevated vibration into your energetic field. And when you engage in this practice with complete surrender, with genuine, heartfelt feeling, and with unwavering presence in the moment, your dominant vibrational state begins to reorganize itself, quite literally. Modern science is beginning to catch up with this ancient wisdom. Studies in the fields of neuroscience and physiology are increasingly demonstrating the profound and direct influence of your breathing patterns on your nervous system, your heart rate, your hormonal balance, and even your fundamental perception of reality. Engaging in slow, deep, and intentional breathing triggers a physiological state known as heart coherence, a harmonious synchronization where the body, the heart, and the brain enter into a state of resonant alignment. However, what the ancient wisdom keepers intuitively understood, and what we are only now beginning to scientifically rediscover, is that when you consciously infuse the breath with a true and elevated emotion, you are not simply inducing relaxation. You are actively reprogramming your fundamental energetic frequency. This transformative practice does not require extensive periods of time. Committing just 3, 5, or 10 minutes a day can yield significant results, provided it is approached with genuine truthfulness and complete surrender. Not as a mere technique to fix a perceived problem, but as a sacred ritual of deep reconnection with your own innate vibrational essence. In this practice, you consciously breathe in love, allowing yourself to truly feel the sensation of love expanding within your chest. You nurture this feeling, allowing it to grow, to radiate outwards, and to vibrate throughout every cell of your being. And as you exhale, you intentionally release anything that no longer resonates with this elevated vibration. Feelings of fear, accumulated tension, lingering anger, and judgmental thoughts. All of it begins to gently dissolve within the spacious silence of your conscious presence. This is not merely a mechanical exercise. It is a profound code, a powerful tool bequeathed to us by ancient civilizations, who possessed a deep understanding that true and lasting power does not reside in grand external displays or elaborate ceremonies, but in the individual's inherent capacity to consciously move energy within their own being. And the act of moving energy is, in its essence, the act of changing vibration, and the act of changing vibration is the fundamental key to transforming your experienced reality. You require no external objects, no adherence to a specific belief system, and no mastery of complicated techniques to begin this transformative journey. All that is truly necessary is your unwavering presence in the moment, the conscious engagement of your breath, and the cultivation of genuine, heartfelt emotion. But what follows this exploration of breath moves into an even more profound realm. It involves something that possesses the power to organize even physical matter, and it is something you already carry intrinsically within you. The sound that possesses the unique ability to align the realms of matter and spirit. You may have never consciously considered this, but sound operates as an invisible architecture, a fundamental force that can build, destroy, activate, or paralyze. This is not a speculative theory. It is a direct observation of reality. The scientific field of cymatics has vividly demonstrated, through tangible visual representations, how different sound frequencies can organize inert particles into intricate geometric patterns. A simple, pure tone can induce the formation of perfect mandalas in mediums such as sand, dust, or water. Now, contemplate what that same organizing power of sound can accomplish within your own energetic field, which is infinitely more sensitive and complex than any physical experimental setup. You are not simply a physical form composed of skin and bone. You are a multi-layered tapestry of vibration. And all of these energetic layers respond dynamically to the influence of sound. Your physical body, your internal organs, your emotional landscape, your energy centers, and your subtle energetic field. Everything within your being vibrates in direct response to the frequencies that enter not only through your auditory perception, but also through your skin, your bones, and the very air that surrounds you. This is the underlying reason why certain musical compositions can evoke profound sadness or bring you to tears even without the presence of lyrics. It explains why certain ancestral chants can cause your heart to race or induce a tingling sensation on your skin. Sound transcends the need for intellectual comprehension. It is felt directly by the soul, speaking to the aspects of your being that lie beyond the realm of words. Ancient civilizations possessed a deep and intuitive understanding of this profound power, and they wielded it with the utmost reverence. In ancient Egypt, within the sacred temples of Thoth, specific sounds and chants were employed to activate ancestral memory and awaken dormant wisdom. Among Tibetan monks, the practice of mantra recitation was utilized as a powerful tool to access higher states of consciousness and spiritual realization. Within indigenous cultures around the world, shamanic chants have long served as conduits for healing, guidance, and spiritual expansion rituals. Even in contemporary societies that still retain aspects of this ancient wisdom, sound is treated with the recognition it deserves, as a potent vehicle for profound vibrational transformation. However, we are not simply discussing any random sound or musical arrangement. We are specifically referring to sounds that carry a pure, harmonic, intentional frequency. Sounds such as the primordial OM, the resonant Hu, or the foundational Ah. These are not merely arbitrary collections of letters. They're potent vibrational codes, sonic keys that possess the ability to unlock internal portals within your being. When these sounds are consciously vocalized with focused presence and clear intention, they initiate a powerful process of cleansing, unblocking stagnant energy, and awakening dormant potentials. These fundamental sounds interact directly with the chakras, those vital energy centers within your body, resonating deeply within the most subtle layers of your soul and stirring into activity centers of being that have long remained latent. But there exists a realm of sonic power that extends even beyond these well-known sounds. Something not typically found in mainstream books or readily available audio recordings. This is a specific vibrational sequence, often guarded within initiatic traditions, that possesses the unique ability to not only activate the body's energy centers, but also to facilitate access to the highest attainable point of human vibration. The sequence is not a haphazard collection of sounds. It requires precise intention, a specific rhythmic pattern, and the conscious engagement of the breath. Intricately connects the realms of emotion, the physical body, and the spiritual essence into a single, unified vibrational expression. When you consciously engage in the chanting of this sacred sequence, it initiates a profound reorganization of internal chaos and disharmony. It is as if your very cells remember their original blueprint, as if your soul recognizes the long-forgotten pathway back to its source. This specific vibrational sequence resonates at a frequency that transcends the limitations of individual personal fields. It interacts with the collective energetic field, and in doing so, it does not merely elevate your own vibration, but also subtly elevates the energetic space that surrounds you. This is the primary reason why such potent sound practices were traditionally taught within closed, carefully selected circles. Because an individual vibrating at this elevated state becomes a powerful transmitter, a catalyst for transformative change within the larger energetic landscape. And this brings us to the very heart of Thoth's protected secret, a specific sound practice that has been safeguarded for centuries. You are now on the verge of learning how to effectively utilize this practice, because the ancient wisdom keepers understood that sound, when consciously united with focused emotion and clear intention, does not merely vibrate,
actively creates
and shapes reality. When we speak of creating reality, it is not simply a poetic or metaphorical expression. It is a literal principle at play. Your physical body, being composed primarily of water, directly and immediately responds to the vibrational frequency carried by the words you speak. Furthermore, it does not merely react. It actively begins to shape itself in accordance with these sonic vibrations. The groundbreaking research of Dr. Masaru Emoto, with his stunningly clear photographic evidence of water crystals, scientifically demonstrated what many spiritual masters had intuitively known for centuries. The molecular structure of water undergoes profound changes depending on the specific words and underlying intentions directed towards it. Words infused with love, gratitude, and forgiveness consistently generated beautifully harmonious and symmetrical crystalline forms, while words expressing hate, anger, or disdain resulted in chaotic, distorted, and fragmented structures. Now consider this profound implication. If water, an external substance, reacts in such a dramatic way to the power of a single word and its associated intention, imagine the transformative potential of sound within your own being, where every cell and every fluid system pulses, vibrates, and flows in response to the constant interplay of sounds and emotions. Every single day, you are consciously and unconsciously feeding yourself with the vibrational energy of the words you speak, and through this process, you are either strengthening or weakening your energetic foundation based on the nature of your internal and external dialogue. Perhaps the most potent aspect of this sonic interaction is the realization that the specific tone you employ when uttering something often carries a vibrational charge even stronger than the literal meaning of the words themselves. It is not solely what you say, but also how you say it, and crucially, what you are feeling in the very moment of speaking that truly shapes the energetic impact. It is the underlying truth and intention that carries the word from your mouth and imbues it with its vibrational power. And when, instead of simply speaking, you engage in the act of singing, something profoundly deeper occurs. Singing transcends the mere production of musical notes. It is the act of releasing sound with your entire being, vibrating from your core. Actively engaging your solar plexus, your heart center, and your throat chakra. Singing with focused emotional intention is akin to igniting a sacred fire within the depths of your soul. And when that intentional singing carries sacred vibrational words, the resulting frequency rises so intensely that the energetic field surrounding you undergoes an immediate and noticeable transformation. We are not referring to casual musical entertainment or arbitrary chants. We are speaking of specific words and sounds that carry an archetypal resonance, ancient vibrational codes that, though often concise, hold a power that has been accumulated and refined across centuries. When these sounds are chanted with unwavering presence and genuine heartfelt feeling, they awaken the dormant potential within the energy body, cleanse subtle energetic channels, bring the emotional field into harmonious alignment, and create a natural form of energetic shielding against dense or discordant vibrations. This is the very secret that was carefully passed down among ancient priests, healers, and spiritual initiates, and its efficacy is not dependent on any specific religious doctrine, cultural background, or linguistic preference, because the fundamental principles of sound are universal. Vibration transcends the limitations of time, physical space, and intellectual doctrines. It does not require conscious mental understanding. It only necessitates being felt, chanted with intention, and fully embodied. This is why when you sincerely sing with true emotion and focused intention, words like ram, hu, or ah, you are not merely producing an echoing sound. You are actively engaging and activating a deep-seated vibrational memory within your being. You are emitting a powerful energetic command that immediately begins to reorganize your inner energetic field. It is a form of sonic alchemy where the conscious word, combined with resonant sound and authentic emotion, becomes a potent form of energetic medicine. And perhaps the most incredible aspect of this transformative practice is its inherent accessibility. The most powerful instrument you possess is your own voice, and it resides intrinsically within you. You require no external tools or complicated apparatus to begin this journey, only your focused intention and your unwavering presence in the moment. However, like any truly sacred and potent technique, there exists a crucial and sensitive point that must be carefully observed. A subtle aspect that, if overlooked or unresolved, can completely block the intended power and efficacy of the practice. But before we delve into that critical element, there is a more fundamental, subtle obstacle that must first be consciously released. Without this preliminary release, no subsequent technique, no matter how powerful, can be truly sustained over time. The principle of energetic anchoring and how to effectively sustain a high vibrational frequency. You can diligently practice the correct sounds, intentionally use the most potent words, engage in focused breath work, and meditate with unwavering concentration. But if there still remains a hidden, silent, and unresolved undercurrent of guilt within your energetic system, your dominant vibrational state will continue to fluctuate unpredictably. Guilt acts as an invisible anchor, tethering you to lower frequencies, subtly holding you down, dragging your energy, and ultimately keeping you stuck in patterns that no longer serve you. The insidious nature of guilt is that it rarely screams for attention. Instead, it often whispers its insidious messages, subtly hiding within the subtext of your thoughts, manifesting as unconscious reactions you don't fully understand, and influencing decisions you unknowingly sabotage. The origins of guilt are rarely rooted in the present moment. It is typically an accumulated residue, an energetic echo from the past, stemming from real or perceived mistakes, unmet expectations, choices you now condemn with the benefit of hindsight, and rejected versions of your own self. As long as these unacknowledged and unintegrated aspects of your being remain suppressed and buried within your subconscious, your overall energy cannot truly stabilize, because a part of you still subconsciously believes that you do not deserve to vibrate at a higher frequency. This is the crucial aspect that many on the spiritual path inadvertently ignore. Yet it is precisely what Thoth himself subtly taught in the silence of ancient symbols. True and profound forgiveness is the most potent form of vibrational transmutation. But this is not the superficial, socially conditioned, automatic forgiveness that we often speak of. It is not primarily about directing your forgiveness outwards towards others. It is about turning your compassionate gaze inwards towards yourself. While forgiving others can certainly release energetic burdens, your primary focus must be on the internal landscape. When you genuinely forgive yourself, something profound shifts within your being. An energetic dam breaks, and a new potentiality is born. Forgiving yourself is not about forgetting the past or attempting to erase your history. It is about extending compassionate understanding and acceptance towards the person you were at that specific time. It is recognizing that in that moment, with the level of awareness and understanding you possessed, you acted in the best way you knew how. And now, with expanded awareness and greater emotional maturity, you have the capacity to liberate that past version of yourself who remains energetically trapped in time. When you truly forgive yourself, a significant release occurs within your vibrational field. Your energetic boundaries expand, the natural flow of your life force energy is restored, and situations that once seemed hopelessly blocked begin to respond in new and unexpected ways. This internal release creates essential energetic space, and this spaciousness is absolutely crucial for sustaining higher vibrational frequencies. It is akin to light. It cannot effectively permeate confined spaces filled with the density of shame or self-judgment. High vibration requires openness, gentleness, and a deep sense of vibrational honesty. And the foundation for all of this transformative potential begins with the courageous act of inner forgiveness. It is precisely from this profound inner release that the true anchoring of higher vibrational states becomes a tangible possibility. It is not sufficient to merely reach an elevated state for fleeting moments. Genuine and lasting change occurs when that higher frequency can be consistently maintained. Even as the inevitable challenges and complexities of life unfold around you, when the external world appears chaotic and turbulent, your ability to remain centered and whole is the true measure of vibrational mastery. High vibration is not about perpetually experiencing happiness or residing in a constant state of artificial euphoria, nor is it about avoiding or suppressing what feels heavy or difficult. It is fundamentally about achieving a state of internal coherence, a harmonious alignment between what you genuinely feel, what you consciously think, what you outwardly say, and what you consistently do. When this profound alignment is present, your vibration does not need to be forced or artificially maintained. It simply holds steady as your natural state of being. This state of internal harmony has a specific name: vibrational coherence. The HeartMath Institute has scientifically demonstrated that when the heart, the brain, and the body enter into a state of synchronized rhythm, the electromagnetic field emanating from the individual expands in a harmonious and powerful way. This is not a matter of esoteric mysticism. It is a principle rooted in quantum physiology. In this coherent state, your nervous system naturally regulates itself. Your intuitive capacities are heightened, your overall perception of reality shifts towards greater clarity, and you begin to interact with the energetic field around you in a more magnetic and influential way. But the crucial question remains, how do you effectively maintain this state of vibrational coherence amidst the inevitable challenges of daily routines and the very real pressures of the external world? The answer lies in cultivating several simple yet profoundly transformative foundational pillars. The first of these is the practice of radical presence, committing to being fully and completely in the current moment, without reservation. This means not being partially engaged, with a fragment of your awareness still clinging to the past or anxiously projecting into the future. True presence is achieved when you consciously anchor your entire being in the immediacy of the now, when you mindfully breathe and genuinely feel the current moment without any attempt to escape or alter it. The second crucial pillar is conscious speech, recognizing that every word you utter carries a specific vibrational weight and contributes to your overall energetic output. Speaking with intention is akin to actively encoding your reality in real time through the power of your vocal expression. You possess the ability to vibrate love even when you need to communicate a boundary by saying no. You can emanate firmness and clarity without resorting to anger or aggression. You can consciously choose to infuse your communication with light and uplifting energy, regardless of the topic at hand. The third essential pillar is the cultivation of inner silence, consciously creating and inhabiting the spaciousness between your thoughts, the brief pause that exists between external noises. It is within this inner sanctuary that the reactive mind begins to quiet down, and the deeper wisdom of your consciousness can begin to guide your actions and perceptions. The more consistently you inhabit this space of inner stillness, the more stable and resilient your overall vibrational frequency will become. The fourth transformative pillar is the practice of reconnection with nature, consciously engaging with the natural world through simple acts such as walking barefoot on the earth, touching the bark of trees, breathing fresh air, and listening to the soothing sounds of flowing water. These are not merely relaxing pastimes. They are profound vibrational resets that directly attune your energetic system to the Earth's inherent frequency. The Earth vibrates at a frequency that resonates deeply with your heart center, and when you consciously align yourself with this natural rhythm, you gently remember your intrinsic connection to all of life and realign with your authentic self. But there exists a fifth, often hidden element, frequently overlooked even by dedicated spiritual seekers. And it resides intrinsically within you right now, the final technique, the sacred chant of 0 point. This fifth foundational element is not something distant or unattainable. In fact, it is the most readily accessible of all, because it dwells within the very core of your being, though few individuals ever truly notice its presence. It is subtle, often silent, seemingly invisible, and yet simultaneously, it forms the very foundation upon which all of creation arises. Thoth referred to this essential element as the 0 point, a profound energetic space that exists in the interval between what you feel and what you subsequently do, between the initial formation of a thought and its eventual manifestation in the physical realm. It is the infinitesimal interval, the profound silence that exists between musical notes, the brief but potent pause that separates the cycles of breath, the state of total stillness that underlies all movement. The 0 point is not a physical location to be found in the external world. Rather, it is an intrinsic state of pure presence, an energetic field where all limitations and identifications begin to dissolve. Name, form, conscious effort, and the illusion of control. When you consciously enter this state of 0 point, the external reality around you does not necessarily cease to exist, but something fundamental within you simply comes to a still point. It is as if time itself momentarily freezes, as if the incessant chatter of the mind loses its grip, and for a fleeting yet profound moment, only raw, unadulterated consciousness remains. And within that pristine space, There is no past to regret, no future to fear, no expectation to cling to, and no attachment to the outcome. There is only the pure, unburdened essence of you, existing in its fundamental vibrational state. This is the ultimate point of origin, the fertile void from which all of creation springs forth, where infinite possibilities still reside in their unmanifested potential, where energy has not yet been shaped or constrained by the limitations of thought, emotion, or language. It is the primordial field where everything is pure potential and absolutely nothing is fixed or predetermined. And it is precisely within this profound state of 0 point that your true and inherent power is revealed. Accessing this state is not about arduous practice or forceful effort. It is fundamentally about cultivating unwavering presence in the now. The active mind will invariably attempt to resist this state, seeking to analyze, to understand, to exert control. But the 0 point is not something to be grasped through effort. It gently reveals itself when you consciously let go of the need to do and simply allow your inherent vibration to be. It arises in the absolute immediacy of the present moment. You can consciously facilitate access to this state through focused breathwork, through the cultivation of profound inner silence, or even through a simple, heartfelt gesture of surrender. Sometimes it spontaneously reveals itself in the fleeting instant between one thought arising and the next. In a poignant moment when you consciously feel the rhythm of your own heartbeat and realize, with a deep sense of inner knowing, that everything is ultimately okay, even if the external circumstances appear unchanged. A profound sense of deep, serene, and unwavering calm settles within you. This state may not be your constant everyday experience, but it is not distant or unattainable either. It is always available, has always been within you. You simply may not have been consciously taught how to access its profound peace and potential. And that is precisely why now, at this juncture, the time has come. The opportune moment to activate the final and most potent technique. The one that not only elevates your fundamental vibration, but also anchors it at the highest attainable level of all. The very technique that Thoth, in his profound wisdom, preserved in silence, awaiting this specific moment in your journey. This technique, in its essence, is not complex or intellectually demanding, but it does require something that few individuals are truly willing to offer fully: unwavering inner truth. Because the sound that initiates this ultimate activation cannot be chanted or spoken superficially. It must be born from the very core of your being, from that sacred nexus point where emotion, physical body, and spiritual essence seamlessly converge. In this practice, you do not speak in the conventional sense, nor do you sing in the way you might perform a song. Instead, you focus on your breath. You cultivate a profound inner stillness. And in the very center of your chest, when all internal, mental, and emotional activity has subsided, you gently allow a specific vibration to begin to arise. It is a singular, resonant sound, but its efficacy is entirely dependent on your ability to truly feel it, to allow it to organically emerge from within, guided by the purest intention that resides within your heart. It does not originate from the analytical mind. It springs forth from your very essence. It may initially manifest as a subtle, internal tone, a gentle vibration resonating within your ribs, or a soft tremor rising along the pathway of your spine. You then consciously vocalize this sound slowly, with unwavering presence and absolute truthfulness, and as you do, your entire energetic system begins to reorganize itself in profound and harmonious ways. This deeply personal practice allows you to access the original, untainted frequency of your soul, the energetic signature that existed prior to the accumulation of traumas, before the adoption of limiting masks, and beneath the many layers of conditioning you have acquired throughout your life. It is akin to finely tuning your entire being to the fundamental note that has always resonated deep within you, but was often drowned out or forgotten amidst the noise of external and internal distractions. When practiced with consistent intention and heartfelt engagement, this technique does not merely induce a temporary shift in your vibrational state. It creates a lasting stability. It energetically anchors your being at a higher frequency. And as you continue this practice, there eventually comes a point where you no longer need to consciously strive or exert effort to vibrate at a higher level, because you have, in essence, become the embodiment of that elevated vibration itself. Your very presence begins to naturally emit a steady, clear frequency, one that powerfully influences the energetic field surrounding you. At this stage, the fluctuations of external circumstances, what others say or do, or the unpredictable events that unfold in the world around you, no longer possess the same power to destabilize your inner state. Your vibration ceases to be merely reactive. Instead, it becomes a stable point of reference. And when this profound inner shift occurs, your external reality inevitably begins to respond in kind. People in your life may begin to sense a subtle yet significant difference in your energetic presence. Opportunities that once seemed entirely out of reach may begin to spontaneously appear. Difficult decisions may become imbued with greater clarity. Physical symptoms may begin to dissipate. Your intuitive abilities may blossom with newfound strength, and the occurrence of meaningful synchronicities in your life may intensify. In essence, everything around you begins to subtly shift in alignment with your elevated and stable vibrational state. Now that you have received this potent code, what you consciously choose to do with it will not only profoundly transform your own life, but will also contribute to the elevation of the collective energetic field that surrounds us all. The new frequency has already been activated within you. The universe is listening intently to your vibrational song. If this profound message has resonated deeply within you, touching your spirit in any way, we invite you to acknowledge this resonance. Please, leave a comment below and simply write, "I receive the sound of 0 point." This phrase is more than just words. It carries a powerful vibrational signature, serving to anchor the profound awakenings that have occurred within you through this session. Furthermore, your acknowledgement can ignite a similar spark in others who read it, creating a ripple effect of awareness. And subscribe and channel Seeds of Akasha,